Okay, welcome to Spout Lore. My name is Sean O'Hara, and with me today are players Abdul,
hello,
Jessica,
hi,
and special guest player, our technical producer, Wes.
Beep, beep, beep.
Today we are without our elven friend, Ving/Paul is not here, so we are playing a little flashback side quest into the previous adventures of Tuck and Billy.
can we hear the theme song for previous adventures of Tuck and Billy?
Yeah.
Wes?
This is it's also known as Spout Lore Origins or Spout Lorigins.
Spout Lorigins : beginnings.
Yeah. Tuck and Billy edition.
Yeah, Tuck and Billy edition : Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
It's like a side thing. It's out of the canon, but it still factors into it, like Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Welcome to Spout Lorigins, sponsored by L'Oreal Paris. Love the skin you're in.
So when in the principalities or out of the principalities is this happening? And
it is probably just a few weeks after Tuck and Billy meet for the first time. Mm-hmm. So after the jackalope incident, when Tuck kind of accidentally adopts a small child, or at least doesn't tell a small child to leave.
Because I can't tell the age. It's not easy to tell the age of halflings. So I was like, I'm going on this quest. Do you want to come with me? He was like, yeah. And then days later, I find out that he's a kid.
He's 9
I'm
years
like,
old.
wait, do you have parents?
okay,
Did I kid?
so this may or may not be before you know Billy's a child.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
I guess we'll find
Sure.
out.
All right. So Tuck and Billy, you've been traveling for about 2 days through a fairly wooded area, like pretty thickly forested, oak trees and stuff like that. On your way to, where do you think you're going?
I have a quest waiting for me in a town on the other side of this wood.
Mm-hmm.
But my real reason for going there is to get an album signed by a heavy metal guitarist that lost both arms. He signs with his mouth and feet.
Yeah, that would make sense. So it's all he has left. Metal for life. So you've been walking through this forest, and you have some food, but not much. And you're realizing that this small halfling is a lot hungrier than you expected and is pretty frequently asking for more food. So that is the situation you are in. What are Tuck and Billy doing to while away the time while walking through this forest?
I'm reading him the track list off the back flap of the album.
Did you do that real quick?
Okay. Blood face, blood feet. Wrinkles are never gonna happen to me. Rage face. And then in parentheses, is not my name.
How does Billy feel about this?
Billy has been complaining for several hours. I'm so hungry and my tummy hurts. I'm tired. I want to walk so far. Where are we going? Are we there yet?
Billy, you catch a whiff of something that smells delicious. It smells sweet and smoky.
Oh my god, it's fire bees.
Whoa, what?
Oh.
What's a fire bee?
Well, they're kind of like bumblebees, except they're on fire.
But like they survive while they're on fire?
Kind of. They burn up really slowly, but they mate really fast. So the smoke that drifts off of them, it
has
kind
like
of smells like honey a little bit, and they're really angry all the time.
Yeah.
So like their honey is really prized, but it's hard to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they make their nest in like a walnut tree, you get naturally honey roasted walnuts.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty sick, actually.
They're the cause of most forest fires.
They also burn a lot of trees. How many different kinds of fucking bee do we have now? We have bumble snakes. We have fire bees.
There's water bees as well, but they're underwater.
Jessica's saying there's water bees as well, but you don't see them much because they're underwater.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people call them fish.
That's a common misunderstanding.
Because they do have wings. They look like fins, but
Yeah,
they're wings.
The meanest seahorses.
Yeah. And instead of being black and yellow or black and red, they're black and blue.
Nice.
Or like a green, like a teal.
Black and teal.
Anyways. So you smell that coming through the trees. What do you do?
Well, I toddle through the grass while Tuck continues to read off his CD.
You're just kind of following behind
Right. Yeah.
Billy, and now you're in the forest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so this track, the reason why it's so good is because it's a track of just silence. And then this track is it's also silence, but it's bassier.
So now it's just like underbrush,
Yep.
like trees and bushes and bracken and all that sort of stuff.
Well, I guess I've already walked this far, and then I look behind me, and the path is like 10 feet away. But I'm not going to waste that exercise, so
No,
I keep going, I guess.
So it's a few, like maybe 10 minutes into the forest, and you're like, where is this smell coming from? And you pass a clump of trees, and you realize you're on the edge of like a hollow in the ground that's pretty big. It goes out for maybe like 100 feet on either side in like a big circle, and it falls down about 25 feet, and nestled in the bottom of this giant hollow is a building, and it looks like an amalgamation of a couple buildings. There's a big one, and then there's a little smaller one that's a bit taller, and then there's a couple small storehouses, and then you actually see rows of boxes along one side of the hollow that have swarms of lightly glowing and smoking fire bees buzzing around them, and there's smoke coming out of various sizes of smokestack here and there on the large building, and there's like kind of figures milling about in different parts of the hollow, and it smells amazing.
Wow. Billy, you found an apiary.
You see a little path about 30 feet to one side that goes down the hollow to the floor. Is hollow the right word?
Is it a dell? What's
Maybe.
a dell?
Dell close?
A dale?
Adele?
A dale. Could be a dale.
Is it rolling in the deep?
Okay, well,
My
I'm gonna...
name's Adele, and I love to make music. And when I sing about some of the things I do, my name's Adele, and I'm from New Zealand.
So, crater. Cool.
A big depression in the ground. Yeah. 25 feet is probably an underestimate because it was deep enough that you didn't see the building until you reached the edge of this.
Okay, well,
Cliff.
my focus is definitely not on the buildings. My focus right now is assembling a costume to camouflage myself so that the bees don't see me or like really like
Okay.
Wait, Billy,
sense my presence. So
I'm down to help you with whatever, but I want to understand your logic here. You're gonna disguise yourself from the bees, but not from the people?
what people?
There are figures.
What?
I said there were figures milling about
Oh
the
my God.
outside of the buildings.
I'm sorry. My hunger has caused like some sort of tunnel vision. Okay.
Wait,
Okay, I'm gonna have to rethink this costume.
Wait, can I ask more questions about the hole?
yeah, of course.
How many feet across is it?
Far. Like, it's big.
Oh man, yeah.
Think
how many?
like it's basically big enough to hold a small factory.
Oh wow, it's
Yeah.
a factory.
Well, it's a large building with smokestacks and various things.
Well, you revealed that it was a factory.
You know what I mean.
I tricked
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, it was a great trick. I feel
Wow,
embarrassed.
because it wasn't obvious that it was a factory. You didn't make him roll for that. What a scheme.
But yeah, so that's the situation. Is there's a big industrial looking building in this hollow.
So
we have-
part factory and then part apiary.
yeah, there's also an apiary.
Nice. And it also has smokestacks.
Oh well, the bees are
The little
all-
like bee boxes also have like a tiny smokestack.
You gotta put a smokestack in a fire bee hive box, or it'll just burn up.
Billy, do
Yeah.
you think there's like another factory inside of those boxes
Oh, I never
with
thought of
even
that.
smaller bees? Whoa.
Whoa. So I'm assembling my costume.
Oh, you've decided you're still gonna disguise from the bees.
100%.
Okay, so we roll a spout lore because I want to know if Billy would actually know how to disguise. Yeah, 2d6 plus your intelligence.
6.
6. Okay.
Which is a failure?
Oh, you don't have any intelligence at all?
No.
Oh, okay. I assumed you at least had
well,
one.
I'm helping him make the costume.
Okay, 2d6 plus your bond with Billy.
4.
So you both fail?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are pretty sure if you were to just like dress as a plant that the bees wouldn't see you.
Okay. I remember them telling, like, hearing about these, like, costumes that you had to wear, but I can't really remember the plant. I think in my head, I'm imagining a tumbleweed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assembling from the grassy stalks around me. I'm assembling essentially like a tumbleweed. And I think I'm supposed to fit inside it. And then you kind of roll yourself towards it. And then you might even like gather more wheat grass.
Uh-huh.
And eventually like you'll get big enough that you can kind of just
Okay.
bowl into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a standard tumbleweed bowl maneuver.
Yeah.
You're
Let's make it happen.
standard.
Yeah.
So how? And you're just helping Billy put together his tumbleweed costume.
Yeah, I'm stout. He explained it to me, and I was like, "All right, my man, let's fucking get this done." Just halfway through shoving him into this tumbleweed that we found and putting more random shit in it as well. I go, "Wait a minute, why are we doing this? What's the point of all of this?"
To make ourselves like appear one with nature. Like that's what I always heard.
And then, cool, that's good enough for me.
So there's sort of like a natural decline from the top of the hole that goes like around a curve to get down to the bottom level.
So you kind of have to like aim me like a little this way, but just like give it a little more of an oomph.
All right, I got you, my man. And I whip him down.
So you're careening down,
And I go, accomplish whatever goal you're trying to accomplish.
and you're like, Billy, you're careening down this decline, like this natural ramp, and you're picking up a lot of speed, but then you hit the floor of the hollow near the bee boxes. You can't really tell where you are, though,
No,
because
I
you're
can't.
spinning.
I like am definitely second guessing, telling him to throw me harder.
Yeah,
Maybe I should have done this myself.
maybe. But either way, the friction from being in a ball of grass on the grass and rocks and stuff, you slow down a lot faster than you expected to, and you're still like maybe 10 feet away from any of the bee boxes, and you just stop.
Billy, you're like pretty far away from the bee boxes.
Thanks. I deduced that myself.
A figure comes out from behind one of the bee boxes with a little metal canister that has steam trailing from it in a canvas suit with like a wide-brimmed hat and a netting sort of thing around it, and just walks up to you.
And I called down from the top of the canyon, Billy, there's a wizard coming! Kill him!
Wes, do you want to... What do these voices sound like?
Hey.
Oh, one of those? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sort of kind of a cross between like kind of a Don Knotts and a Jimmy Stewart.
All right. So
That's not going to be irritating for like 3 hours.
it's
is it?
also not going to be irritating the two of us doing various kinds of these voices. All right. So this figure approaches Billy. They kick you a little bit with their long curly shoes, and it sort of prods you and goes, "Hey, what the hell is this? What are you doing in there?" And they start digging in.
So this isn't me.
This isn't you.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't you.
I'm going to hold on.
They start digging through the weed thing, and they see your face, and they're like, "What are you doing in there?"
I'm like-
there's a guy in the tree up there too. What the hell is this?
Hi.
Hi. What are you doing?
Billy is just gonna like be frozen because he's like, maybe he won't see me.
He's looking you in the eyes.
Okay, that
They're
didn't-
looking you right in the eyeballs.
Okay, so that didn't work. So plan B. I was trying to escape, and from that guy, and I just point at
And
Tuck.
I wave again. I go, hi.
Did you kidnap this child?
What child?
This child right in here.
That's a halfling, man.
I'm aware of what it is. Come on, just get out of there, kid. And they start pulling the clumps of your grass off. You're like, if you came for the tours start every 15 minutes. You can just come through the front door.
Oh, are
okay.
there refreshments?
Oh, are there refreshments? This wouldn't be much of a bakery tour if there weren't, would it?
Okay, so I definitely I go with this man and I hold his hand and I'm like, please take me to this tour.
All right, let's come. It's fine. He kind of pulls his hand out of your hand a little bit.
Oh.
He says, "Come along."
Should I climb down? Or?
Yeah, just come down. Come
Okay.
down. He says, "All right, come on." And he takes his bee hat off. Says, "Just come on, and get ready for the finest tour, the finest baking facility in all of the land." What's this place called?
Elderon.
Elderon? Elderon Bakery?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, if that's okay.
I like it. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's fine. I like it. Yep. So, and he's just going to say
Bread Co.
Elderon
Consolidated. No, just Bread Co. Consolidated. I don't know. See, my thought driving down was that this was going to be an enchanted bakery that you couldn't find unless you knew the name, and that was like my reasoning behind never revealing the name or having to come up with a name.
I see. Now,
But they found it, so that doesn't
They
make
found
sense.
his magic's weird.
Yeah.
Magic's weird now.
Not magic. These are enchantments.
What's
Because, the wizards are gone, so it's just,
oh.
Wait, so what is the difference?
well, there's no magic anymore.
Wait,
but there
save-
still are enchantments.
Save it for the tour.
That's the difference.
Okay, yeah, save it for the
I will
Yeah.
save it for the tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember that question, young man.
Okay.
Now come on with me, and we're gonna take you on a tour of the finest bakery in the land, Elderon Bread Co. Consolidated. Is that what you wanted? Elderon Bread Co. Consolidated, and then we'll cut to Wes's character, whose
What?
name is
Well, I mean, you can call me Grimsby.
Grimsby.
Yeah,
I like it.
that's what he goes by. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Well, again, with the names.
Oh,
Yeah.
are elves weird about names?
Elves.
Elves.
Yeah.
Sorry, with an F.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are. What's Grimsby's job at Elderon?
He's like a middle manager.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a junior vice president, like assistant junior vice president.
Mm-hmm.
AJVP. He's an AJVP.
AJVP.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which means he does a lot of paperwork and like also leads the tours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
It's not really very presidential, but like it's part of the job.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So Grimsby's like boss one step up, the vice president,
Junior vice president.
but you're junior. Oh, you're associate,
Assistant.
assistant junior vice president.
Yeah.
And so the junior vice president,
Yeah.
whose name is
Well, come on. You're not going to get it out of me that easily. But he goes by Reebok.
Reebok.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so every elf has a name
Yeah.
that they don't reveal.
Well,
And then they have a nickname that they go by.
yeah, a handle.
Yeah, a handle. Reebok.
Yeah.
So Reebok comes up to your desk, where I imagine you're just signing sheaf after sheaf of vellum.
To be honest, I've run out of things to do, so I'm basically pulling out a file folder, like shuffling it, and then just putting it back into order.
What do elves look like?
Imagine a little potato-faced, knobbly man with a sort of big, like bulbous, knobbly, like nose, and they've got the shoes that sort of curl up at the toe, and they've got like floppy hats, 2 to maybe 2.5 feet, 3 feet tall. So around 2.5 feet tall.
Great.
Yep.
Awesome. I like it. So yeah, Reebok comes up to your desk and slaps a hand down on the surface near the file folder, but like casually, but like aggressively casual.
Hey, Reebok.
Hey, Grimsby, how's work?
Working hard or hardly working, you know?
I hope you're working hard.
Yeah, oh, of course.
We got
Nose to the grindstone.
So we got a big shipment coming up.
Okay.
We gotta get, the name a holiday for me.
Charles Eve.
Charles Eve. All right. Charles Eve's coming up.
Don't I know it?
We gotta have these fire honey cookies ready to deliver to hearths around the land. If we don't get these things ready by Charles Eve, well, there's going to be a lot of sad children.
Well, it happens every year, and we've never failed yet. So,
Grimsby, I like your style, and I think if you're you're assistant junior vice president now, but if you put in the work, you get those files sorted, you give your all on the tours, you could be associate junior vice president by next quarter.
oh well, don't tease me, Reebok. My little heart couldn't take it.
And he takes a sip out of his steaming clay mug. He goes, "You're a good elf, Grimsby. Don't let that change." And he ambles off.
All right, I go back to I quickly file everything away.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the piece of paper again?
Oh no, he just put his hand on your desk.
Oh, I thought he slapped another piece of paperwork.
No, he just slapped his hand on the desk.
I look for the paperwork where his hand was, and I'm relieved to find that there was none.
Yeah, there's a tube that sticks out of your desk.
Nice,
and it's got a little bell next to it, and the bell goes jingle jingle. And the tube pops open.
Okay.
And a voice comes out. It's like, "Grimsby, we got another tour coming." So it does that laugh.
Kind of swamped here, but I'll be right down.
Yeah. So he is an elf. Elves and elves are different.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that elf is what these people called themselves?
They kind of exist to be useful, and so they're just happy to be called whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas elves, what Ving is, are a more sort of Tolkien-esque, Legolas, the tall, slender, mystical sort of beings of the forest. And they have their own name in their own language, but people just call them elves because they sort of have pointy ears as well and used to wear similar shoes and sort of weird historical reasons where there was a bit of confusion and
but these are sort of weird.
There were drawings of both of them, but both one drawing was close and the other one was far away.
So they looked like they were the same size.
So forced perspective made them the same size.
Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, you're much more attractive in real life." They figured the noveliness is just the artist had a shaky hand. And
he had Parkinson's disease.
oh
boy.
Yeah.
But so these
the most
are more
preeminent florobotanist of this world is Michael J. Fox.
Oh my god.
So these guys, but Grimsby. So Grimsby is an elf, but not the same way Ving is an elf. He's more like a Christmas elf, like a craft elf,
like a sprite.
like a
helpful,
like a cereal mascot, like a on the shelf type.
Yeah, more of an elf on the shelf.
Yeah,
and so as a, I think we've still. What are we calling this class? Is cleric still? Do you think?
No, not clerk. He's a clerk.
He's a clerk.
He's not a cleric. Grimsby is a clerk.
A clerk.
Yeah.
So he has access to all the same basic moves. He's got stats like you do, like you guys do. His class moves are practical boredom, which is when you have a few minutes and use materials lying around to make a useful mundane item, roll plus intelligence. On a 10+, choose 2. On a 7 to 9, choose 1.
A useful mundane item?
Yeah.
Okay.
He can just use office materials to sort of make whatever he needs.
Okay, cool.
Because elves are naturally pretty innovative and what's the other word?
Crafty.
Crafty. Yeah. They like to craft things. So the options he gets to choose are it holds up for more than one use. It's pretty handy and you take +1 forward when using it as intended, or you're able to make one for everyone. And another move is seniority. So he takes +1 forward when parlaying with someone in the office structure. And the third one is company mandated first aid training, which is when you use your basic understanding of emergency medical techniques to tend an injury, you roll plus intelligence. On a 10+, heal 1d8, and on a 7 to 9, heal 1d8 and choose one from below. You hurt yourself in the process, taking 1d6 damage, or you waste supplies and lose this move until you have time to restock. Yeah, so those are the like class moves that Grimsby has access to.
Cool.
Yeah, and so do you have anything in the way of like a racial move that you want? So like Ving has the Tuck has the outsider, or outlander, which means that he can tell a story and get a piece of experience. And Billy has the halfling move, which is +1 when using thrown weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have anything that Grimsby might want?
A bonus to hiding. Either
Okay.
the ability to hide or the bonus to hide. It's sort of an
Yeah.
enchanted kind of hiding where it's
Gotcha.
like even areas where there isn't necessarily much cover, he's just able to sort of
Like,
slip
get
into
out of
an
sight.
area that, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so maybe like a +1 to defying danger for like hiding reasons.
For hiding specifically, yeah. Like
Cool.
he knows when people are not looking.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I like it. Great. Works for me.
And then like for like starting equipment, as well as like the like his sort of little hat and his boots and stuff. He also comes with office supplies, which are sort of his equivalent of adventuring gear. Where like adventuring gear, you like when you use it, you choose what it becomes. For office supplies, it's the same thing, but it's like staplers or stamps or
Yeah.
paper or stuff like that.
Totally.
Which comes in handy with the practical boredom.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is there anything... I guess he probably doesn't have a weapon of any kind.
No, he kind of has to practically be bored with some
Yeah.
like, paper clips and
Totally.
stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Rubber bands.
All right, I like it. So yeah, you guys have been taken into the front entrance of this building, and there's a big sign on the back wall that says Elderon Consolidated Bread Company Consolidated
Bread Co.
Bread Co. Elderon Bread Co. Tuck, you can read that. Billy, you can't read that at all. You just see a lot of people stumbling around, and there's a case on one side that has this beautiful golden brown cookie in it. And like stylized fire bees on either side, and there's little portraits, like hand-drawn, hand-painted portraits of like these same kind of figures, but seemingly a longer time ago. Things are more like it's like a stone like a stone kitchen with a little furnace, and there's like these little people kind of toiling away in this kitchen making baked things and leaving them in fireplaces, and kids and families like joyously opening them. And
Wait, is there a real cookie inside?
yeah, there's a real cookie in the
Okay.
case.
Billy has slammed his face up against it. And it's like kind of licking the glass.
It's like breathing hard
Yeah.
on it.
A lot of like mist going in it.
So the beekeeper comes up and is like, I know, right? Delicious. I know. The fire bee honey cake is this company's greatest achievement and has remained our most popular item for all of Charles Eve for centuries.
Do you think I can have a sample?
Oh, there will be plenty of time for samples, my young friend. Now I'm just going to turn you over to, what's the receptionist's name?
Linda.
Linda.
Well, she goes by
She
Linda.
goes by Linda.
Yeah.
She's like,
You can call her Linda.
Linda, he's like, Linda will set you up with a tour of this fine facility, and there will be samples aplenty. Now I got to get back to work. Those fire bees aren't going to mist themselves, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
And he kind of squirts his bottle and goes like, psst, psst. Missed him. You got to psst, psst. Anyway, throws his hat on and ambles out the door. Yeah, so Grimsby, you wander back, or you come down the stairs from the third floor and come out in the lobby where there is an enormous person and a very small child that is wearing a raccoon skin. No, not wearing a raccoon skin, because you stole that from
Oh
Ving.
yeah, I'm
Covered in grass.
covered in grass.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm like in a squirrel thing.
It's just like a couple squirrels.
Does it give you the power of flight?
No,
Can we just
I'm
add that?
a little too heavy. I'm like feeling pretty sensitive about that.
Okay.
But yeah, so a little child and an enormous person.
Hi there.
Hello.
We're going to have to go through the loading dock.
Cool.
What?
Anyway, you're a big fella. Sorry, allow me to introduce myself. My name's, well, you can call me Grimsby.
Okay, Grimsby.
I'll be your tour guide for the day.
Cool. I'm Tuck.
All right.
You can call me Tacoma.
Hello, Tacoma.
Hi.
Good to meet you.
All right, I'm Fat Billy. In case you can call me.
You sure are.
I know.
Wow. You're very quick to just talk about how people look.
Well, we don't get a lot of visitors here. We have a very open visitor policy once you're in the pit. But let me just say, not a lot of people happen to find the pit in the first place.
How many tours do you give?
Well, I couldn't really disclose.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm basically just gonna tell you where you are in the tour.
Okay.
And then I want you to give a quick little. So first part is basic historical overview.
All right.
Yeah. Which is like the pictures on the wall and the cookie and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So tell them a little bit about the start of Elderon Bread Co.
All right. So you got your lanyards from Linda, I see. Okay, looks good. We're all ready to go. Everything. You filled in your waivers? Your liability waivers?
Yes.
I can't write, so
He put a handprint on
Yeah.
his.
Oh, okay, I see.
I
Good
just
enough.
licked my hand.
Good enough for me.
Yes, he put a handprint on his. I drew my favorite album cover on mine.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thanks.
All right, everything's in order. We're in good shape here. We're in good shape. Okay, so if you'll start here in the lobby, here we are in our forward atrium, which is really going to be the easiest place for you guys to get around. We didn't design this for people quite of your magnitude, but if you'll bend down here and take a look at these photos we've got and these historical documents. Now, as you know, elves were created initially by the wizards as their assistants and to do their dirty work, any hands-on sort of manufacturing that they did not want to do themselves. This area, and as you know as well, wizards really loved cookies.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Well, that's weird. I thought everyone knew
No,
that.
I didn't know that either.
Everyone I know knows that.
Well, everyone-
I
You
didn't.
fucking idiots.
I never understood why it was part of the tour package, but
I mean, everyone you know is, I assume, an elf.
oh yeah,
So,
of course.
what do you think that tells you about shared experience?
We have one,
Yes. And so,
so we all know our history. I'm surprised that you don't.
all right, cool.
You know what a wizard is.
Yes.
It's back when magic was in the land.
Uh-huh.
It was controlled by men and some women called wizards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sort of let them do stuff non-physical. But there were limitations, you see. So they created wizards' little helpers, elves. And that's what we are.
What were the limitations?
On magic?
Yeah.
Well, it took a lot of energy. And so if there was like a lot of just repetitive grunt work, something that required a fine degree of motor accuracy or just moving objects over long distances over and over, magic was really better suited to one-off creative tasks.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
you guys get paid?
What?
Um,
We got existence.
okay.
That's pretty good for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Were you slaves?
What's a slave?
So if someone owns you and forces you to do stuff for no money, then you're a slave.
I'm not following you. Maybe I'm not making myself clear. You see, when the wizards left, we just kept making stuff. That's what we like to do. That's what we were created to do. Now, I don't understand that there's no use of force here. There's no coercion. No one's holding a gun to our head, especially now that the wizards are gone. We just need something to do. And
Okay.
we love making cookies and toys up north and glass artifacts out in the desert and
Wait, what? What glass artifacts?
little vials and some clay work and tiles, mosaics,
Cool.
lamps, bottles,
I think there's a
water pipes.
there's a group that makes shoes in a nearby city.
down near.
That was a guy walking by. Hey, also shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Thanks.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know to call me Gary. Don't.
We don't normally get visitors. You know this.
It's fine. Just
Gary.
don't give it away up front.
Sorry.
What happens if if a person who isn't an elf learns your name?
So the wizards left, and we just figured all these cookies, we keep making them, and they just keep piling up. So we need to figure out some sort of distribution network, and that's a form of creating too. And that's when the clerks sort of came to be. They used to be just a self-sustaining factory. We'd pile the cookies up, and the wizards would zap them away. But now,
The cookie wizard.
Billy is like nodding enthusiastically.
He did ask what happens if an outsider learns an elf's name.
yeah, and I changed the subject.
It's a good point.
I did. It was good. I forgot that I asked that question.
That's a great point.
I got distracted by this portrait.
All right. Yeah. So that's what's the portrait?
It's.
Oh, that's the first clerk.
Yes.
That's the man who looked at all the cookies and thought, there's gotta be something outside of this pit that also eats cookies.
Yeah.
We used to leave him in the woods, and then the raccoon infestation happened, and we had to fight the raccoon war of 45. Realized maybe leaving cookies in the woods wasn't such a good idea. And
Did you take heavy casualties in that war?
everyone did. Not the least of which the cookies. But we figured out if we took them to the village, left them in a certain spot, we'd come back the next day, there'd be gold.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then we found if we took the gold and left it in stumps near farms, farmers would leave wheat and grains, and we'd use that to cook our cookies. We formed an entire logistics network based on leaving stuff in stumps, scuttling around in the night.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
And that's what we call enchantment.
What? Which part of it is enchantment?
Well, magic left the world, and now the transformation that happens in a stump, that's why... Wait, you've never heard of an enchanted stump?
No, I have not.
Yeah, it's our whole business model is based around enchanted stumps. Look, and I gesture to another photo or painting, I guess, of like just a stump, and it's got kind of an aura around it and a bag of gold sitting in the middle. Enchanted stumps, buddy. That's Econ 101.
Okay, that's great.
Wait, I guess I'm just asking now, is this a real, like, is this are they wrong, or is enchanted?
They're not wrong.
So it just turns magically into...
No,
No, he's saying that
we scuttle out in the night and make the switch, and farmers think it's enchanted. That's the
people
difference.
think they're
Oh,
enchanted,
people
but it's
think
elves.
they're enchanted.
But it's the elves.
They are enchanted. We switch out the gold for the grain and the grain for the cookies.
Yeah,
and
but
then
you're
the
not doing anything magic.
It's enchanted. It's not magic. There's no magic. The wizards left. We're enchanted. The stumps are enchanted. It's an enchanted factory. That's why almost no one comes here.
All right. So you guys go through the outside because you need to go through a different door because
Yep.
Tuck's too big. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you're passing through the apiary.
All right. Normally this is our second to last stop, but we're mixing it up. We can improvise.
The smell of fire bee honey is rich on the air, Billy.
Can I look for a way to like maybe sneak away and then come back?
You absolutely can. You can roll a 2d6 plus dexterity for a defy danger.
Just
And the
gonna
danger
move my-
is Grimsby catching you.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
10.
10. That is an unmitigated success. So continue your
All right, so you want to take a look inside?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Gary, get over here. We need.
Oh. Hey, good to see you again.
Yeah.
And while Gary ambles up and is like, "Oh, you want to take a look at how the fire bees make the honey, huh?"
Yeah, just hit him with the steam, Gary.
And he pulls out one of those long, it's like a brass kettle with a long handle on the back, and he like pulls it out, and you hear like as like air goes in, and then he pushes it back in, goes and steam pours out. He's like, "Usually for regular bees you use smoke for this kind of thing, but for fire bees, water steam, water vapor does just the trick."
It also dramatically increases their lifespan from about a day to up to months.
Wow.
So dope. While they're doing this, Gary's taking a couple panels off of one of the hives. Billy, you have just kind of waited for them to keep walking, and then you steal into behind another hive, and there's this little spout coming out of one of the hives with just a delicious glob of almost glowing with heat fire bee honey.
Oh boy. So I'm going to plant myself right underneath it and just turn the faucet on.
So there is okay, yeah. Why do you use the steam?
Well, the bees naturally sort of burn themselves out. You know, it's like it's better to burn out or fade away. And the bees prefer to burn out, but we would much rather they just fade away, so they can continue producing the honey, which, as you know, is inedible until we've processed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So he's like, yeah, what the bees use it for before it's processed into its edible form is sort of like it's packed full of pheromones
Wow.
that just make the bees crazy.
They do have a very short lifespan, and they have compensated.
So you're laying under the spout, Billy, and you feel this. You see the big glob come right off, land right on your tongue, and it's just kind of tastes ashy,
Oh.
like kind of ashy, and you're like, "Ah, no, gross," and then you hear like, and smoke starts pouring out of all of the panels on the hive, and bees start crawling out. So, and instead of being black and yellow, they're black and red. Fire bees, guys. They're black and red, and they're kind of smoking a little bit. You see little flames licking off of them, and then there's just a bunch of bees. Like a lot of burning bees are crawling out of this thing, and they're kind of starting to crawl on you. Like they're flying down and flying in front of your face and crawling all over you. What do you do?
So I'm like swatting at them, and I guess I don't have a lot of time to think. I guess I'm gonna run away.
So you get up and you just run towards the people
Yeah.
you were with?
Yep.
Tacoma, Grimsby, you look and see, okay, yeah, sorry, continue.
You should see these babies at night. It's lit up. I'd say it's magical, but it's enchanted.
Yes, you're very specific about how you use those two phrases.
But it looks enchanted. It's wonderful.
Okay, cool.
And Billy comes screaming in with a cloud of like burning bees chasing him.
Ah!
So what do you guys do?
I guess I try and punch them.
Can
I roll a hack and slash against these people?
I mean, I would say yes, but you're swinging. You're trying to punch a swarm of a thing.
Well, that's my move. I'm going to try and punch these bees.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that you can do it, but it's okay.
What do I have to roll to succeed at this?
I'm not sure you can succeed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is that if you're just going to punch them, it's not going to work.
But does that change his decision at all?
I guess not. But that just means that you're swinging at a swarm of bees. No roll, no success. Like you need to give me a way that you would be able to deal with a swarm of a thing instead of just punching.
I don't know. I would
That's
just
fine.
punch. If bees swarmed me, I would just punch them.
What does Grimsby do?
Oh, this is not good. Oh, hey diddle day. Oh.
So,
Wait, was that your swear word?
Little boy, did you eat the honey?
And then I just have like a bunch of honey on and around my mouth.
yeah,
Just a beard of beans.
Yeah.
bees crawling all over your
Yeah.
face. And Gary goes, "Oh, you're not supposed to eat the honey. That's rule 1. That's rule 1, kid." And he pulls back on his mister thing, and he starts spraying the swarm of bees as you all stand around unsure what to do. And eventually he sprays them, and when the mist hits them, the fire on them dies a little bit, and they stop buzzing quite so much. And it all calms down. The swarm relaxes. Some of them like just land on you guys, and they're not buzzing. They're just kind of sitting there. Some of them fly away. And
Hey, does the steam hurt them?
I don't know.
I think of it like a sauna.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
It's like
Sorta
a hot spring.
Calms them down, makes them real sleepy. Makes them real drowsy.
Some real
It's like a hibernation.
Okay, wow, yeah.
Gary walks up to Tacoma and is like, "Can I see the kid for a sec?
What are you...
I'm not gonna hurt him. I'm not gonna hurt him.
this
I
is
promise.
a halfling. It's not a kid.
Can I see the halfling?
What?
I think it's both.
Yeah, I don't know what he keeps being very specific
Yeah,
about. the
halflings
fact-
have kids too.
Yeah, man, they reproduce. They're not like us.
Dude, they keep
Halflings
calling you a
reproduce.
kid. Maybe play that to your advantage. Like,
Why-
pretend you didn't know.
No, I do know.
Good. Keep doing that.
So Gary just takes a look and sees like the honey smeared all over your face, and he's like, "See, that's the other thing with the unprocessed honey." He's like touching it with his glove. He's like, "It just sticks and stays,
What?
but it's okay." And he takes like another little mister bottle off his thing. He's like, "This isn't gonna hurt," and he sprays you right in the mouth, just like, psh, 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 psh. And then the honey starts to drip and pour. If it's kept at a specific temperature, it's still malleable, but once it hits and cools, it's very hard to get off. But this little spray here, it's got, well,
It's pretty much alcohol.
it's pretty much alcohol. But it comes right off. Yeah, so Gary goes, "Maybe that's enough in the apiary for now."
All right. Yeah, it's probably time to head into the refinery. Not logical first step. And
Is this when we get our free samples?
what?
What?
That's always the last thing.
Why?
Yeah, so you carry on to the larger building.
I think my character is suspicious of Grimsby.
Sure.
I am Okay, I'm gonna talk to Billy as we're walking.
Yeah.
Hey diddle day. Hey diddle hey.
Hey, man. I think that this guy is evil.
Yeah, I know. He's not giving us anything, and he said he would, and I don't feel very good right now.
You know, he keeps squinting at me and laughing.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
Yeah. I feel like that's like an evil guy thing to do.
And he like walks kind of funny,
Yeah.
and he's kind of talking to himself right now. And laughing to himself.
Hey diddle day. Hey diddle do. Hey hey hey. Ho ho ho.
And that song,
Yeah. It's
it kind of gives me a tummy ache.
it's eerie as shit.
So you carry on to the side of the large building where there's like pretty tall, maybe 20-foot tall wooden doors that open up, and they're open right now. And there's like a couple carts with like sacks, burlap sacks tied up, little small ones, and then
Well, I'm snagging one.
whoa! So you're gonna snag one? There's people loading them up right now.
Yeah, just like when we pass by, like, whoop,
All right, that's another defy.
One
That's a-
bag
that's
or
a-
one cookie?
one little bag.
That's a
Okay.
that's a what's it? Tricks of the trade. Yeah.
All right, everyone, on your best behavior. We've got visitors.
Jesus.
And they're all like, "Hey, hey, how's it going?"
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
And they're all kind of like, they're looking at you, but they're still doing what they were doing. So they're like passing each other bags, but they're not looking away from you.
Ugh,
Hey, welcome.
this is so weird.
Come on in.
Stop. Stop it.
Did you sing them the song yet?
I'm sorry. I laughed right into the mic.
That's fine. So yeah, give me a 2d6 plus dexterity for tricks of the trade.
Nice. 10.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. So the second you're walking past one of the carts, and the second that they kind of stop staring at you, you reach up and you just snake a little bag
Okay.
and shove it under whatever weird furs or clothing you're wearing.
Well, and then I climb onto kind of behind Tuck's beard, and I just start eating.
You're under his beard.
Yeah, kind of like you just sit under his neck like a small cat.
Yeah,
of.
you're
Oh.
acting like that's not a weird thing to do.
Wait, can you fit inside of my beard?
Like mostly.
Whoa, cool.
You got a big beard. Your beard's bigger than it is in real life. It's a
Wow.
fantasy beard.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like in there? I've always wondered.
It's like warm, and there's like a few pieces of bacon that they look really old.
I'm saving those for later. Don't
Okay,
eat them.
yeah, I don't.
I'm
really-
curing them.
Oh,
I cure bacon in my beard.
Who wouldn't?
scratchy.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hang out in there whenever you want, dude.
Thanks.
Thanks.
So you're just munching away on these
Yeah.
little.
Yum, yum,
They
yum.
are so good. They are so good.
I kind of pop one into Tuck's mouth to share.
They're flaky and they're sweet, but they're packaged, but they're still warm somehow.
Oh my god.
And there's like a soft inside, but not so soft that it oozes out, like just soft enough.
Ugh.
Oh, they're so good.
These cookies are good.
So, how much do you guys know about refining?
Nothing.
Where the? Oh, she's up in the. Yeah, all right, makes sense. It's a
Really?
child.
Makes sense. Up in
Yeah.
the beard.
Just carrying a child up around your neck.
It's a halfling.
Yeah. Anyways. We had to overcome a lot of technical problems. Most of them were introduced when the wizards created the fire base.
The wizards created the fire bees?
Come on, buddy.
You
think-
okay, come on. We established like 10 minutes ago that the history that you guys have, not everyone knows it.
Look, I don't know why you wouldn't.
I like that this is an educational tour, and whenever they don't know something you're teaching them, you shit on them.
Well, I mean, they're having trouble with the preamble.
Yeah, that's true. Not even the info.
I haven't even gotten to the technical details, and I'm starting to think maybe I shouldn't get into too much detail here.
I think you should take us
It's a whole process.
maybe take us through the broad strokes of it.
Okay, well, basically, it's inedible and ashy and full of pheromones to begin with. So we need to add a solvent that targets just the pheromones, which is the alcohol, because obviously, now elves don't mate, as you know.
I did not know that.
Oh, you know what? I see what you're doing now. Oh, you had me going, buddy. It's very funny.
This guy's so creepy.
You should meet Jeremy. He's also a bit of a trickster. He's a vice president of a different department. You probably won't meet him today.
Is
but-
Jeremy his real name?
Oh, you kill me, buddy. You're killing me.
Jesus.
You're killing me. Oh, I wish.
But seeing as how alcohol is an important part of mating rituals for many, many beasts, it's a sort of a natural solvent for pheromones. So we start with adding alcohol, then we boil it off. Then we add a reagent that reacts with the cinnamon. And
Which one's the alcohol?
Huh?
Which vat is the alcohol?
It's this. And there's sort of like a refinery stack, and then like at the bottom of the stack there's like a tub, and then there are like sort of two big like hoppers where like the honey goes in, and there are like ceramic jars that like elves are pouring into the hopper. And then there's the other hopper is there's like almost like a water tower, just like full of alcohol. That's like, there are some carts and what look like dwarven sort of origin barrels that have been like.
So I grab a barrel like a mug and I dip it into the top of the water tower and I take a sip and I was like, I go, checks out. It's definitely alcohol. And then I go, this is literally the only thing that can make this a bearable tour.
It's this cask. So you've just got like, so it's not like a barrel, but like.
But it's
like
There are barrels and buckets.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
you've got
well, it's like a small cask, like a little keg.
But it's a barrel for an elf,
Yeah,
which
so-
is just
Well,
like
it's
a
like a
giant
dwarf
mug
barrel.
for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's a standard. I was thinking like a standard barrel, but there are like buckets and things that.
Well, I
maybe-
grab a bucket then, and I
Scoop it.
I've got this giant bucket
And a bunch of elves that are like messing with the alcohol are like, hey, don't, come on, man.
What?
But they don't do anything.
Okay,
They're just like, God, just come on.
it's quality assurance.
Tacoma, I thought you were cool,
I am.
but now I know you're radical.
I am really digging elves like as a thing. They're very knowledgeable. They're extremely practical. And they will ask you not to do something, but they will not act in any way to stop you.
We're very bureaucratic and we respect individuals
Yeah.
because we're not capable of it.
Yeah, they're like hive-minded servant.
This guy's
servants, basically.
crazy.
Yeah, look at this dude. He does whatever he wants. Doesn't have to ask anybody or sign anything to do it.
You realize that's industrial quality, but it is also food grade at least.
1d6 plus 1d8 plus Constitution.
Is that one of his appetites?
Yeah, it's the mortal pleasures, right? So
Yeah.
he wants he wants to drink this stuff, but it is extremely strong. Does it have four sides, top and bottom? This one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
1d6 and 1d8
Yeah.
plus Constitution.
Yeah,
So my Constitution is +1.
14.
that checks out. Yeah, 14. So you're fine. Your guts just like assimilate this alcohol very easily, and you're just feeling good. You kind of got a buzz. Everything that Grimsby's saying now seems kind of interesting.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Is it making me smarter?
No, it's just like you're just like chilled out now. You're like, all right,
Cool.
tell me more.
I feel like this alcohol is making me smarter. Tell me more technical stuff.
And add the cinnamon byproduct back in at the very end. Does that make sense?
Yeah, man. That's fucking chill to the pill.
I think we're really coming together as a team. How you holding up, Billy?
I still
He's still in my face,
yeah,
I guess.
and I'm still eating cookies, so I don't.
You like pop out
Yeah,
like just a thumb
yeah,
thumbs up
exactly.
out of the beard.
So that's the refinery.
So you leave the refinery floor, and the bakery floor is on the same.
It's like sort of like one big refinery building, and then like the next building is like the sort of bakery building, and they've got like the big wooden double doors that like lead into the next.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you're in that section. You're in the bakery section now, and you're giving them an idea of how the cookies are baked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is, give me like a quick 10-second detail.
Now, we use a lot of wood. We also scoop up the dead fire bees, use them as sort of a kindling. As you can see here, we've got a nice big conveyor belt that just sort of conveys through the furnace section. Watch out, it's hot.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
And so,
Yeah.
like, the whole room is sort of set out where, like, they've got, like, sort of, like, mixing stations and stuff at one side and, like, different, like, measuring implements and, like, elves sort of, like, working away with, like, masks
Like
on their
heat
face
masks?
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of further from the furnace, but, like, a number of...
Yes, they don't get stuff on the food.
Yeah, multiple kind of, like, parallel conveyor belts.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of elves working at stations beside the conveyor belts and throwing stuff onto the belts, and then the belts sort of like carry it down through this enormous like furnace, and like some stairs going down, like around the furnace. There's like a lowered area in the floor where people can like people who are in like sort of fire suits and stuff can like head down and like throw in sticks and branches and
bees
and like little like scoops of like fire bees, like
Yeah.
dead fire bee corpses.
which I imagine would be very good kindling.
And when they do, it sort of like
Yeah,
it sparks
awesome.
up. And,
Can I grab a handful of those fire bee corpses?
2d6 plus
all right.
dexterity to...
No, I'm not
you-
stealing
you're gonna
them.
ask.
Are you
Right.
asking me or?
Yeah, can I just see one of those?
Well, do you guys want to toss a handful in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Billy like bursts out of the beard. Like, hell yeah!
All right, put on the safety gloves there, Billy.
Okay. And then they reach past my arm.
Yeah, Tacoma, I don't think they'll fit
to your
on you,
shoulders.
but
I'll just take my chances.
I have a feeling you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So Billy, you throw in a handful of fire bees, and it very excitingly goes like whoosh.
Woo!
And Tacoma, you throw in a smaller handful.
Smaller.
Well, it's about the same size as Billy's,
What?
but you got a bigger
My
hand.
handful is like literally 2 bees.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true.
One bee.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how does Tacoma feel about...
I grab the biggest handful I can.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I just whip it in there.
Oh my good. Okay.
Like the fire, like a whole bunch of flames pour out of the front of the furnace.
Fire!
And lick up the side of the machine. Grimsby, you look up to like the top floor of this section of the room, and you can see a little viewing window, and you see Reebok standing there with his like steaming mug, and he's looking right at you, and he points at you. And he gives you a thumbs up questioningly, and then he points at you again, and he nods.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I give him a little salute.
He
But
likes
like
that.
an impertinent salute. Like it
Oh.
could be taken either. It's like he can't do anything about it,
Yeah.
but he'll think about it before he goes to bed and go, what was he doing there?
What did he mean by that?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Is that just a new thing or is he
So you hear? You're in the bakery section, and
Because I'm feeling a little more like inspired to be an individual by these
Yeah.
strange new visitors.
totally.
Yeah.
So you hear like a tweet.
Wait. Before that. Grimsby, have you ever thrown a handful of fire bees into the furnace?
Well, I'm a clerk. I'm not a stoker.
Come on.
Oh, I couldn't.
Come on, man.
One of the other elves is like, I don't know.
And then I go, come on, Grimsby. One of the other elves just, Grimsby.
Why am I
Oh.
doing this?
Grimsby.
All right.
Grimsby. Yeah.
And you see Reebok upstairs in the window go, like shaking his head very angrily. And at that point, you hear a tweep as like a steam whistle on the wall hoots, and all of the elves on the floor look up at it and go, all right. And they start, taking gloves off and walking off the floor. It's break time.
Oh, cool.
All right. Well, I know you guys were looking forward to the samples, but it's a company mandated break right now, so we're gonna have to take a little detour.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
You guys have been left alone, basically. Like Grimsby's explaining this to you, and all of the elves cleared off the floor pretty quickly, and doors close all over, like as like the doors that are usually left open are closed during break time.
I look up to see if Reebok's still at the window.
He's not. He's left.
Unfortunately, I don't think you guys will fit into the lunchroom.
Do you want to hang out with us during your lunch?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Cool. Do you want some of this wood grain alcohol I've been drinking?
And you're leading them back through you're going through the door that goes from the bakery floor to the refinery floor, or you're getting to the door, and the door doesn't open.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird to you immediately.
Yeah.
Because they close them because they're kind of like fire doors.
Yeah.
But it should be unlocked.
Well, let's go the other way.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna skip lunch today. Let's finish the tour.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
And you get to the door with that goes to the packing section, and it is also locked.
Well, we might be spending lunch in here. You know what? Why don't you guys head over to the quality station, which is on the other side of the furnace, where people sort of check for burns and stuff.
Yeah.
There are a lot of burns.
There's a lot of fire in this, and also for this recent batch.
Because the most recent batch
fire
is
beats.
like 25% like ruined because of like blackened and charred, and sort of off in a bin.
Yeah.
That gets funneled back down into the fires.
Which stresses you out.
Yeah.
Like you see all the burned ones, and in your head you're like, oh no, son of a bitch.
Yeah. You see that hopper that leads down to the fire with all the reject cookies?
Yeah.
You can have as many of those as you want.
Oh, hell yes.
So Billy's going to town. Tacoma also going to town.
Just toss in
On the burnt cookies.
into my mouth.
Yeah. And so you're doing that.
Wait, can I could be like, oh man, these are good burnt. You should sell burnt ones too.
I'll run that up the flagpole.
Yeah. Write it on a flag. Put it up a flagpole. We should sell burnt ones too.
That's what the flag will say.
Yeah.
Let's sell burnt cookies.
Tacoma's idea. Put that at the bottom.
And so I go to one of the non-bigger doors, and
Yeah.
like as I'm heading over there, quietly to myself, I'm singing, "Hey diddle do, oh no 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 no."
Yeah. So you get to what's like a storage area.
Okay.
It's like it's a side door that sort of connects the packing or the refining and the baking areas. It's like a smaller storage area just for sort of supplies and the occasional, like they'll pack burnt cookies up here sometimes just for hard winters because elves still need to eat, which was I feel like an oversight on the wizard's part, is they still need to eat sometimes.
I mean, you can't violate the laws of physics.
It's true, they
like,
need fuel.
except for with magic. But elves are enchanted.
Yeah, they're not. And you get to that door, and that door's not locked.
Okay.
But there's something jammed behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna need to, if you want to open it, you're gonna have to force it probably.
Yeah.
And you do hear shuffling. You hear like a sound.
Yeah. Are there any of the like tubes that go to the receptionist in this area, or is it too loud for?
Good question.
That is a great question.
Yeah.
I guess yeah. Like why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like a series of 3 tubes. One goes to the receptionist. One goes to the like floor warden.
Yeah.
And the third goes to Reebok's office.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I go to the receptionist one and sort of blow in the tube to
Yeah.
like ring the bell on the other side.
Yeah. And you wait a few seconds, and there is no return ring.
Like call into it. Hey, Linda.
And you hear like crashing and like shouting. Yeah, which you sort of hear faintly through the door that is stuck shut.
Oh no.
Linda.
No response.
Okay. Now I don't know if I should get Tuck to like smash this door. This door to the storage area. That's like an elf-sized door, or what's
Yeah, it's mostly elf sized.
Would they be able to?
I think some of them are human sized.
Yeah.
On the occasion that a human needs to come by.
like a wizard, like inspector.
Yeah, but they're definitely not Tacoma sized.
Yeah. Well, I kind of also want an excuse to use practical boredom, so I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna try and like use practical boredom to unlock the door in the direction of the tour, like to the packaging area.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So, roll
All right, guys.
practical boredom 2d6 plus intelligence.
So I head over to that door and call out, "All right, guys, I think I can get this open." And so I'm marking off my office supplies, some like paper clips and rubber bands and stuff like that to try and make some lockpicks.
Okay.
And open the door. I got a 10.
10. So you get to choose 2 things from the list, which are it'll hold up for more than one use.
Okay.
You can take +1 forward when you're using it as it's intended to be used.
Okay.
Or you can make one for everybody.
I'm going to go with the +1.
So you get 2 with the 10.
Oh, and it'll hold up for more than one use.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah. So that means it'll basically break when I decide it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Which means that like you'll get to use it more than once, but if you get like a 7 to 9, it might break or something like that.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so you have made a lockpick out of just some stuff lying around?
Yeah, out of mostly paper clips
Yeah.
and
Which the elves invented. They're now paper clips because elves made them.
sure.
Or they're just around. Who knows?
Everyone doesn't have paper clips?
I've never seen them anywhere else. Yeah, exactly. The elves
Come
think
on.
everybody has paper clips. Come on.
Just been around since the dawn of time.
Yeah, so now you have...
It's in the desk.
You just got to open a desk, and that's where paper clips
Yeah.
live. So you wanted to try and open the door to the packing area?
Well, I didn't even ask if it has a lock, or if there's like a two-way lock, or if it's like locked on the.
No, it's a two-way lock.
It's got like one of those,
one of those mechanical lock with the key locks.
Okay, in that case, I will use practical boredom to make a lockpick that is +1 and lasts for more than one use.
Which you did.
Cool.
Achieved.
Yes.
But you need to... So you'll still need to roll to unlock the door.
Okay.
Which you and Billy are both able to do, but Billy, I think, does it a little bit differently as a thief.
Yeah.
But roll me a 2d6 plus dexterity.
I'm guessing that Billy would be better at it, like
Potentially.
naturally, but like I have no way of knowing.
Yeah,
that
of course.
that's
You
the
don't know that
case.
Billy's a thief.
Yeah. Hang on, guys. 5 + 3 + 0.
+1 because of
Oh,
your fancy
+1.
lockpick.
Yeah. 5 + 4 is 9.
Yeah, 7 to 9. So that is a partial success.
Okay.
Which means that with defied danger, you stumble, hesitate, or flinch, and
Okay.
I introduce a complication of some kind.
All right.
And that complication is that this lockpick isn't going to come out of the door right away.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of jammed in there. It's not broken.
Yeah.
It'll just take you a second to get it out. But if you need to do something right away, like on the other side of this door, it's going to take some time to like extricate the lockpick. And you know that. You can either not unlock the door and still have your lockpick for another thing right away, or you can just unlock it and have it stuck in there.
Okay. It's really in there. But I think I got this door. Guys, get over here.
Hey, I walk up with 2 handfuls of burnt cookies that I'm biting into like I would bite into an apple.
Hey,
I kind of walk over, kind of supporting my stomach. Just,
Like carrying it with you.
yeah, just I kind of have a cramp. I'm wheezing.
hey, Tacoma.
Yes.
You mind being cool with those?
How do you mean?
I mean, maybe a little less conspicuous.
Okay. And then I just jam all of them into my mouth at once. And then I go,
Good enough for me.
awesome.
And then I kick the door open.
You kick it over, just
Yeah. I'm feeling like rambunctious. This is like the craziest day of my life. I'm feeling all revved up.
Yeah, that's true. Getting all jacked off.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed that I said that.
Yeah.
So you go into the packing area, which is sizable. It's got some of those like, like when a conveyor belt is like rolling pins instead of a thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like that, where the crates and packages of cookies are pushed down and packed and tied up and stuff like that. But there is also crates of cookies that have been knocked over and strewn about. And at the far side of the room, where there's another set of double doors that go to the outside, there is packing being done. But the packing, instead of being done by elves, is being done by a series of very mangy and aggressive-looking raccoons. They're using their little hands to pack
Holy
cookies into
shit.
bags, and they're shoving the cookies into the carts. And there's a raccoon sitting on like the driving board of the cart, like going like,
Hey, Grimsby, are these enchanted or magic?
It's not good, that's for sure. These raccoons are gonna ruin Charles Eve.
and you guys, like, as you walk you've walked a little bit further into the room, and from behind a stack of crates next to you, and now behind you, you're like, and you turn, and there's a group of snarling raccoons standing between you and the doors, and they're just like chattering at you and growling, snarling, spitting.
I assume we fight these things. Is that
You choose to.
okay?
Yeah, what do you do?
We haven't seen raccoons around here since the Raccoon War, but it looks like they're back for round 2. And the timing could not be worse. Fellas, I gotta be straight with you. This is bad. I really need your help here.
How many raccoons are in the room?
There are like 6 packing a couple carts, and behind you there's probably another 6.
All right.
You can see better than me from up there, big guy.
I think there's 6 behind. There's 6 behind us, and there's 6 in front of us. Should we murder them? Do you want us to murder them?
Please do.
Okay.
Okay. What is around us right now that we could use as weapons?
Well, you have weapons.
Well, I'm going to use my short sword. I just want to keep as much distance between me and the raccoons as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that out.
And are you still standing on? Oh, you were on the floor
Yeah.
carrying your gut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a tough fight for me, but I'm
Wait.
going to do it.
Before we
What?
start, can I use that move?
The kill your friend move?
Yeah.
Nope, you can't.
What?
Why?
Oh
'Cause
shit!
you
I
don't
got
get
that later
for a
on.
while.
Oh, so we have
Fuck.
our basic bitch moves.
Yeah,
is what-
basic bitch moves is what you have access to.
Okay. Damn it.
Yep.
I'm going to use practical boredom to quickly try and assemble some sort of slingshot.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah,
All right.
using like rubber bands and
Awesome.
a binder.
2d6 plus intelligence. Or the
Oh.
it's
They're all over
2d6.
here. Sorry.
Three plus 6 plus intelligence. Intelligence is 0 or plus 0. Yeah, so 3 plus 6, 9.
So yeah, you get to pick one
Okay.
from the list.
Yeah.
So it either holds up for more than one use, you
Uh-huh.
get a +1, or you can make one for everybody.
Holds up for more than one use.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
And I'm using the plentiful like burnt cookies
Oh yeah.
as like my ammunition.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Billy, you're
Running out of office supplies here.
you've got your sword out.
That
Good
was a
sword.
really bad sword noise. I'm
You want to
sorry.
try
Again?
It's
One
good
more?
to me.
I don't really know what a sword sounds like.
They
Okay.
actually more sound like
Not bad.
Yeah, pretty good.
pretty good. Also, the boner noise from Wayne's World.
Oh.
No, I like it. No, but it actually. Okay, yeah. So Billy, you have your sword out. You made the swing noise.
Yep.
What do you do?
I charge.
Whoa! All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a weapon. They have no weapons. So you don't have to roll a defy danger or anything like that. So just give me a hack and slash, 2d6 plus your strength. Unless the thief has a move. I don't think they do. Let me see.
I have backstab.
Yeah, but
So-
you need to do that like from a hidden place. So you'd either have to like
say that. Just says a surprised or defenseless enemy.
yeah, these are neither surprised nor
They are
defenseless.
defenseless. You just said they have no weapons.
Yes, but they're raccoons. They fight without weapons.
And I
Just
have
roll,
hands. Okay.
Just roll your 2d6 plus strength.
Six.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't get a point of experience, unfortunately.
Okay.
But what you do get is pounced on by 3 raccoons.
Okay.
They just jump right on you. Their little claws dig into your little flesh. You don't take any damage, but you are completely held down by these raccoons, and they're like "Rah, rah, rah, rah," snapping in your face and stuff like that.
Damn.
Billy just got jumped on by a bunch of raccoons. Tuck, what do you do?
I go, leave him alone. He's an old man. And then I take out my axe. I don't have anything else, right? It's just the one axe.
I think you just got the axe.
Yeah, so I have the axe, and then I do.
And I say,
what are?
I'll always be able to depend on you, Axe. You'll never leave me.
Yeah, I go. You're my best friend, and if I ever lost you, I would never forgive myself or forget it. And I will never just throw you. And then I throw it.
You throw the axe?
No,
Okay.
I do what are you waiting for?
Oh,
to get
yeah.
those guys all off of Billy, and then as many of them at me as possible.
Yeah, that's a basic move, right? Or one
Yeah.
of your basic class moves?
It's a basic.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it's not one that you've bought since then.
No.
So it's, what is it, 2d6 plus charisma?
I guess so.
Just read the sheet. It's right in front of you. I can't see it. Nope. There you go. It's at the bottom.
What are you? Wait, you cry out a challenge. Take +2 damage ongoing.
No, but what do you roll?
It doesn't say.
Can I see? Plus Constitution.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2d6 plus your Constitution.
This is the first roll I've made in
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah. Oh. Pick that up.
That's 1 + 4 is
That
5.
fell off the table. You can re-roll that
Okay.
if you want.
3, 4, 5. Does not work.
Okay. You
Wait.
Oh yeah.
That's okay.
I love that. Much like her character, Fat Billy,
Not.
Jessica's eating causes problems more often than not.
Go.
Yeah. So you point at the raccoons that are on Billy with your axe, and what do you say to them?
I say, hey, fucking turd monkeys, get up in my business, or I'm gonna fuck you up with my fucking axe.
Our language, buddy.
Sorry.
And up over the stack of crates, like to just to the side of you, a raccoon jumps out of the shadows, leaps up on the box.
Wait.
What?
And then I grab my crotch,
Oh, okay.
and I do a lewd hissed waist bump at
Yeah.
them.
You thrust at the raccoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
And then now describe the thing that happened.
Yeah. A raccoon jumps off a nearby pile of crates and jumps and latches onto your wrist with its mouth in your axe hand, and it just starts like tearing, like shaking around. So you're being like torn up by this raccoon on your wrist area.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
Yeah, and it's like jerking your arm around. It surprised you. You're very strong, but
Yeah.
it surprised you. So it's pulling you around. Grimsby, this is quite a scene. What do you do?
I've never been in a situation like this, but I'm going to shoot the raccoon on his wrist.
Dope. That's going to be a volley.
All
which
right.
is a basic move. 2d6 plus
Dexterity.
dexterity.
All right. I got a 4.
Just straight 4?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, that's a failure.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, maybe you just you shoot a cookie at the raccoon, and you're not used to the calibration on your
No one is.
your improvised clipboard slingshot, and you send a rock hard burnt cookie right into Tacoma's eye. Just like whack right in your eye. And yeah, so you're kind of temporarily blinded, Tacoma.
Ow.
And there's a raccoon on your wrist.
This is the second worst altercation I've had with a raccoon.
So Billy, you've got raccoons on top of you,
Okay.
and they're they're starting to dig in. They're starting to like try and tear at you, and they're starting to rip your clothes a little bit, and they're getting through the protective layer of hides or whatever it is that you're wearing. So what do you do? You're gonna have to do something to get them off of you before you do anything.
Okay, I'm gonna try to roll away like a tumbleweed. Try
Like
to
a
take them with me, and then like maybe the inertia will like whip them off, and then
Okay.
fly against the wall.
Okay, 2d6 plus your strength.
Okay. God, why? Oh wait, 7.
Okay. So you can do that, but you're basically going to be pulling their teeth and claws out of you by choice, so you would take a little bit of damage.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll be strong.
great. So yeah, you roll and you throw them off of you, but roll a d4, which is the little pyramid-shaped one.
3.
3. So you take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Wait. Don't change that.
Oh.
Because that's your actual...
Oh,
That's
okay.
where we're at in the adventure.
Okay, so I'll just in my mind.
Yeah.
Great. So, yeah, Billy, you fling that off. You see Tacoma stumbling around with a raccoon latched onto his wrist and a hand over his eye.
Okay, I'm gonna keep rolling and pick up speed and crash into him, and maybe it'll dislodge that raccoon.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I guess it's a 2d6 plus strength again.
Okay. I'm sorry, I can't think of anything
This
else.
is fine. No, that's good.
Oh. 8.
8. All right. So yeah, you roll really fast. Like, I guess you're like an armadillo now.
I
Like
did
Sonic
eat
the
a lot,
Hedgehog.
so I've got
Yeah.
like the extra weight to propel me.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah.
So you roll and you do Tacoma, you feel Billy slam into your leg, or you feel something slam into your leg, and you look down and it's Billy.
Oh.
It's not like he knocks you down.
Oh.
But like how does that help you get the raccoon off of your wrist?
I kind of like hacky sack him up. I feel him, and then I hacky sack him up, and then like I swing the raccoon at him, and then you do.
And then I bring my sword that I still have
Yeah.
and down on its head.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to make a hack and slash roll?
Sure.
I'll say that could be no, that's not a
What?
backstab. This is not, you are barely in control of this situation.
Wait, what was it with? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
I got a
that's
4.
a failure.
Yeah.
So
Wait, but didn't he get an 8 before?
I did,
oh
but
yeah,
I'm failing
but
at
she's
the
rolling
head.
a hack and
thing.
slash.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Instead of just getting knocked, she's trying to like actually hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Which you just fail. You swing, you do hit Billy with the raccoon.
Cool.
And the raccoon comes off. I'm so sorry. I ate a lot of hash. And you hit the ground, Billy. Like you kind of just fall right back down, and you hit the ground, and your sword clatters out of your hand
No.
and slides under one of the packing machines.
Damn.
And Grimsby at this point, like that was a lot
Yeah.
to see happen.
Yeah.
Once this weird like team combo move.
Uh-huh.
But you turn and you see the raccoons are they've almost packed up these 2 carts. They're overflowing with cookies.
Uh-huh.
And it looks like they're getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
The raccoon on the driving board is sort of barking at something outside.
Yeah.
In like a little chattery voice. And you see Shamble like lumber into view, like the biggest raccoon you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like walking on all 4s, but it's more like a bear than it is a raccoon.
Whoa.
Like it's huge. And it
How big is it compared to Tacoma?
if it were to stand up on its hind legs, it's like as tall, if not taller, than Tacoma. Like
Whoa.
like it's bear size, like grizzly bear
Whoa.
size. And so yeah, this thing walks into view, and it starts. The raccoons come around either side of the cart, and they start hitching it up to the like. What are those? Just the bars of the cart.
Yeah.
Like it's going to start pulling it. But the raccoons that you guys have been fighting are sort of rallying up, and now they're sort of getting into formation in a weird way. But yeah, Billy, you are laying on your back, and you see Billy's sword skitter under one of the machines. But what do you do, Tacoma? The raccoons are rallying for an attack. They're getting ready to jump on Billy.
What's the biggest thing in the room?
There's like a crate.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up a crate
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna smash the formation of raccoons with the crate all at once.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm in a lot of pain and I'm pretty mad.
Yeah.
Which does that give me a +1 or whatever forward?
Didn't you have that rage thing?
I feel like I'm raging.
Raging isn't really a mechanic for the Dungeon World
Okay,
Barbarian.
don't worry about it.
But if you're doing it to defend Billy, then it would be you could potentially roll a d6 and a d8 because of your appetite for friendship.
Okay, are they coming up on him?
Yeah, they're getting ready to jump on him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll
So
do
roll
that.
a d6 and a d8 instead of a d6 and a d6.
Four plus 1.
4.
4 plus 1.
Okay. Plus your strength.
Plus 2. So 6, 7.
7. Awesome. And the D8 is still higher than the D6, which is good. So yeah, just roll me some damage because it kind of hits all of them.
Okay. With a D10?
Yeah.
10.
10 full damage. Okay,
Whoa.
yeah. You just smash this group of 6 raccoons with this big ass crate, and if they're not outright killed, they're definitely knocked unconscious. So it's just a big heap of raccoons and cookies and splintered wood. But since you rolled a 7 to 9, it means that you open yourself up for an attack. And that
Could I just be that I give my hand splinters?
just get some splinters.
Yes.
That's your
And I go, ooh, fuck.
ooey, ow. But instead, what it is when you like crash, you throw the big crate into the pile of raccoons, and you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
take that,
Bitch.
yeah. You say bitch to somebody, and you hear, you get a raccoon that jumps right on your shoulder and bites you right on your neck, real hard. It jumps out of nowhere, gets you right on the neck. Roll a d6.
1.
So
It's
you're
a lot of 1.
but you have you have that thing where you have a natural 1 armor, right?
Yeah.
So it just kind of bites into your skin, and it makes you bleed, but it doesn't hurt. It just pisses you off.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're just real mad.
Can I punch the side of my neck?
Yeah.
Okay. 2d6.
Yeah. Plus your strength.
6, 7, 8. So I guess I also punch myself in the head.
Yeah, sure. Roll a d10.
6.
Oh my god.
6. So I'm gonna. So basically, you punch yourself through the raccoon, which means that the raccoon takes enough damage that it kills it, but you only take 2 damage.
Cool.
So you take 1 because of your armor. But you
1,
basically.
yeah.
Oh wait, no. You know what? You punched yourself. You don't get armor for that. you take 2 damage.
2 damage.
Yeah. So you punch yourself through a raccoon. But the raccoons that you've immediately been dealing with are dealt with. They're dead or destroyed or whatever.
How many are left? There's the big one on the wagon.
There's the big one on the wagon, and there's the
leader one on the
6.
wagon.
Yeah, the
and-
6 that are packing up the carts.
Okay.
Yeah, at least in this room
Yeah.
that you can see. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought we were done for a second there, but looks like the tide is turning, boys.
Oh, yeah. What do you want to do?
Let's save Charles Eve.
Okay.
And the raccoon on the driving board, which now that you guys like start getting like walking towards, you see it has a gnarly scar down one eye. Oh, distinctive facial markings. And one of its black patches looks like a skull.
I think that might be a druid.
That is not a raccoon.
He's got some distinctive markings.
But is that a druid?
It's a druid with a scar on his
That's
eye.
what
and a
Grimsby thinks.
Skull-shaped... Wait, no. It's a raccoon.
Wait, no, hold on. It would be, I don't know, it probably wouldn't be a raccoon. It'd be some more effective form.
Well, that big one's definitely enchanted.
But the raccoon, it kind of like snaps the reins, and the cart rips out of starts trundling out of there as the big raccoon is pulling it, and there's other raccoons. The ones that were packing it are like climbing up onto the back of the cart. They just leave one of the carts because they only have one big raccoon, I guess, and they start galloping away. What do you do?
I hop into the back of one of the the cart that got left behind.
Yep.
And Tacoma,
Yes.
now's your time to shine, buddy.
Okay. And then I grab him out of the cart and I put him on my shoulder. And then I run after the other cart.
Wait, what about Billy?
He's in my beard.
Oh, am I?
Did you climb back up into the beard?
I wanted to get my sword first. But
Oh,
okay.
shit. Do you
yeah.
want
You have time
that?
to do that.
Yeah.
There's no
Okay,
raccoons. You're not.
I've
in
got my
danger.
sword, and I
Okay.
leap into the beard and hold on.
Yeah.
So you're just hanging from his,
Yeah.
and you're just running after this raccoon.
Yeah.
All right.
We strike quite the impressive silhouette. Yeah.
Pretty amazing. And yeah, so you run up or run out, and you see the raccoons on the cart racing up the decline, which is now an incline, out of the pit. And as you run, as Tacoma's running through Grimsby, you see the elf quote-unquote security forces that are pretty unpracticed at this point, because most things don't even find this place, so they don't really need to fight anything.
That's a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, exactly. So they're kind of
security forces.
it's as much the bakers and the administrators as it is security forces, and they're all kind of fighting, like bandying about with the raccoons. So it's just like bakers with those big wooden paddles, like smacking raccoons and
Rolling pins.
rolling pins.
Is anyone in like severe danger, or they look like they're just pretty occupied?
It's occupied. There are
Yeah.
people that are like running, and there are definitely people that are injured. But there are also raccoons that are injured. But there are quite a few raccoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not looking great. But you do see Reebok cowering near the door, like the main door, kind of kicking at a bunch of raccoons.
I give him a quick salute.
He does not look happy, and he's watching the cookies get away.
Yeah.
And he points at you and goes, "Grimsby, you stop that cart, or it's your ass!" And he's like kicking at a raccoon. Charles Eve is on the line. He's fighting.
Well, I'm pretty much, it's pretty much up to Tacoma. So
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I feel like
chased.
he's got it covered.
Yeah.
I chase, but I want to take direction from Grimsby because he feels like he's kind of in charge of this situation now.
Well, I do have seniority,
Oh, yes.
which gives me a +1 to parlays with people in my office. So it's not really that.
Unless you
useful
wanted people
right
to
now.
come with
Oh,
you.
rally some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rally some forces.
What do I? And then the leverage is like they've got performance reviews coming up.
Exactly. I know we can make that part of the move
They
too,
look
actually.
honestly. I mean, I don't want to use the move just for the sake of like using the move. I think I'm just gonna, they've got a lot to deal with. Like the other employees have a lot to deal with. We need to get this cart. I trust Tacoma, so I'm just like, let's go.
Okay, so we're running after the cart.
Okay.
Are we gaining on it?
Give her some gas, Tacoma.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give my legs some gas, and then I fart,
Awesome. Great.
and
bit.
then I turn to him like, "Get it?"
Now's not the time.
So 2d6 plus strength, I guess,
Yeah.
for running.
I think he's just running after them.
Well, to like gain on it.
11.
Well,
Damn.
they've got a whole cart full of.
Yeah,
Cookies
that's
and
true.
stuff.
That's true. But you are gaining. They get up the incline, and they're at the top of the pit. But you're pounding up the ramp behind them.
Could I use my throwing daggers to maybe like get at them?
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
So what are you trying to do? Are you just trying to hit one of them? Or are you trying to like hit one of the like break a cord or?
Yeah, let's break a cord.
Yeah, because if you awesome.
Okay.
2d6 plus dexterity.
13.
13.
Shit.
So what
Yeah.
do you want to do?
So as I swing one-handed from Tacoma's beard, and I get out my tiny little throwing dagger, and I squint one eye, and I throw it really forcefully, and it does like a really cool spin in the air, and then it just like really clean snap between one of the main cords, and then the whole thing swings to one side, and all the raccoons are like,
Oh, like you break one of the cords that the big raccoon is lashed to. Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, you it's like the big raccoon this thing's pretty fast. Like it runs like a grizzly bear does, like where it's just kind of doing that weird bounce, but it's moving pretty quickly. And the dagger, the throwing knife lashes out, hits one of the cords, and the whole thing it's pulling it too hard. So the one side swings and like hits a tree, and a couple raccoons fall off and like hit the ground and are kind of dazed as you run past. And a bunch of cookies fall out too, which are left in the dirt unless you do something about them.
I feel like now is not the time.
Yeah. I mean, how far ahead of us are they? They're up the incline. Have we reached the incline?
They're just reaching the top of the incline.
Okay.
Like just the crest out of the pit.
Yeah.
You're still down near the bottom of the ramp near the apiary, sort
Yeah.
of where Billy initially rolled out.
Okay.
So you've got the bee boxes and the people fighting the raccoons behind you. And yeah.
Yeah. So I Say, hey, Tacoma, I've got an idea. Put me down.
Yeah, put him down.
All right. I take out one of the little like burnt cookies that I had like stashed away in my pockets, and run over to the beehive and like pour some honey onto it. Some of the like fresh like unprocessed honey out of the little tap.
Yeah.
Try not to get any on my hands, but like get a nice like glob onto the burnt cookie.
Yep.
Sort of wave it near the entrance to the beehive, and then like load it up and fire it up towards the top of the incline.
So they're like just about to crest.
Yeah.
Do you think you could? I'm just wondering if he'd be able to hit it from here, or if you need to just like haul ass with this thing with bees chasing you to get a better shot. Actually,
you know what?
Roll
Okay,
for
so
it.
I'm standing. I'm gauging it. I'm sort of looking up.
Yeah.
I'm like pulling back with I've got my slingshot. I've got it sort of aimed up, and I look over to like Tacoma and Billy. Like I sort of take a second to like look at them. Like, is this a good idea?
And I'm like, I think I can make your chances a little bit better. And I pick him up.
Oh.
Yeah. And then...
Oh, my.
And throw him up in the air?
Yeah, I throw him at them.
Fastball special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big guy, little guy. Classic move.
And then I whip him.
All right. 2d6 plus strength. The classic maneuver. Oh, wait.
At this point, I'm just clutching. Once he picks me up, I'm just clutching
the
onto
bees are starting to swirl around you.
Yeah, I'm just holding the cookie. I've given up on. I've dropped the whole clipboard slingshot thing entirely, and I've just got the cookie in my hand because I've realized what a ridiculous contraption.
Yeah, totally.
It is.
It was probably going to break pretty soon, anyways. Yeah.
8.
Great. You're going to be up in the air.
Sounds like a rough landing.
Yeah, it might hurt when you hit the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, here we go.
They're pretty sturdy creatures. They're enchanted. He'll be fine.
From what you've heard.
He's enchanted.
Yeah, great. So yeah, you're
I'm not 100% sure what that means, but in my mind, I just go, I think he'll be fine.
This is my purpose.
Yeah. So you're soaring through the air.
Yeah.
So as you throw him, this cloud of fire bees that was sort of gathering and swirling around him follows in his wake like a slipstream. It's like a pennant. So it's just like a little man and a trail ribbon of bees soaring through the air.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And the smell is delicious. So you see the cart right in front of you, and you've got your chance.
I go to glom it on to like the cart.
So you can stick it on this cart, but you're probably gonna have to stick it like in the cart, which means you're gonna be in the cart.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
So yeah, you hit the back of this cart and you slam it onto the inside.
Yep.
And the fire bees come with you, and they start stinging the shit out of everything that is here. And the raccoons are sort of like, and you get stung as well.
Yep.
Several times.
Okay.
Give me a D6.
For the bees?
Yeah, just roll it.
So
1.
4.
That's a 1.
That's a 1. So you take 1 point of damage, but you also start smoking a little bit.
Okay.
As does everything else in the cart. And yeah, so you see Grimsby fly off into the woods and the cart, and he's gone. You don't see him pop back up. You get to the top and you see them having a bit of trouble. The cart slowed down quite a bit because now even the big raccoon is being stung by the bees a little bit.
And it's being dragged.
And it's being dragged by one wheel, and everything's kind of starting to smoke a little bit, and there's a bunch of glowing bees surrounding it. But that's the scene that you arrive at. What do you do?
I want to get Grimsby back.
You can catch up to it without having to roll, I imagine. It's trying to get off the road now.
Okay, yeah, I'm running up to grab Grimsby. Yeah.
Great. So you get up to the cart, and there's a couple smoking raccoons, and the whole cart has stopped at this point, actually. Like, it gets a little bit further. It goes off the track, and it hits a ditch. There's like a little hole in a log, and one of the wheels shatters, and the cart's being dragged, and it hits the side of a tree, and now the big raccoon's just sort of extricated itself from this cart, and it's roaring, which is weird for a raccoon, and it's like smacking at itself and pawing the ground and trying to get the bees off. And then it sees you guys, and it's just like, and it's getting ready to attack.
I feel kind of bad for the raccoon.
Do you want to try and parlay with it?
How?
I don't know.
That's a great question. Do you have anything in your inventory
I
that
have golden root.
might?
Okay. Yeah. I could. Yeah. So I'm gonna put a bit of golden root on my hands.
On your hands?
Well, no. Wait, because I have to touch them.
And then let him eat my hands.
Yeah, you either have to apply it to them, or
Oh.
they have to
My-
ingest it, or something like that, and something they eat or drink. Like, it just takes time.
Bite my
Okay.
hands off.
Never mind. I'm not gonna put on my hands.
Feed my hands to the raccoon.
Are
Wait.
there any like cookies lying about?
Oh yeah, there's like a cart full of them.
Okay,
Do you
so
have
I
like
grab.
a slingshot?
No, I don't think so.
No, but he's good at throwing stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna smear some of this golden root on one of the cookies,
Okay.
and I'm gonna throw it. Wait, should I give it to him? Should I walk up to the raccoon?
It's
or-
pretty aggressive
okay.
right now.
I'm gonna try to throw it at the
Into its
raccoon
mouth?
into its mouth.
Okay, so that'll be a volley,
Okay.
and you get a +1 to throwing stuff, which I forgot to account for with the throwing knife before. So it's 2d6 plus dexterity +1.
Oh, okay. Cool. 11.
11. Okay. So it is it's like a cartoon where it's like on the ground, it's like "Rrr," and then it goes like "Rrr," and it opens its mouth, and the cookie just goes gulp right into its mouth, and it kind of chews and swallows. And then it has a few moments where it's standing on its hind legs. And I'm just imagining this big, stupid raccoon. This thing's so dumb. But and then it sort of shuffles back and forth on its two hind feet, and then it slams down on its front paws, and it looks like it's calming down quite a bit. But the small raccoons, they're so mad. So it's at this point, Grimsby and Tuck, you find Grimsby in the back of the cart being stung by bees, and there's raccoons. What do you do?
Can I like scoop him up and brush the bees off and put him in my beard? Is that possible?
He's a little big. He's bigger than Billy is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Oh.
Is he okay? What do I see?
You see a small, knobbly potato man that's got several welts and bee bumps. Is that what they're called?
Can you walk?
Yeah.
Can you fight?
I'd rather not.
Okay, well, I'll take that into account with all of my future decisions. Just get on my shoulders for now.
I'm going to run for help if that's okay.
Okay, do that then.
Yeah.
So I head off back towards the...
Yeah, great.
You know.
So you run back, and there's a ton of raccoons and a ton of elves, and they're all kind of scrapping it up.
Yep.
And but the raccoons are starting to be shoved off.
Yeah.
Because they think that we got away with some of the loot.
Yeah.
That's what we were looking for. So some of them have fled. Some of the more aggressive ones have stuck around to scrap.
Because I need to get some steam
Yeah.
before the bees burn up all the cookies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, the bees are the cart is smoking, and yeah, that's a great point. So you see Gary, and he's got his thing, and he's holding it like a baseball bat, and he's swinging it at a raccoon.
Yeah.
That's climbed on top of one of the bee boxes.
Gary, get up here.
I'm-
I use seniority on
Okay.
him here.
What's the leverage?
It's time to save Charles Eve.
It's a pretty good leverage, actually.
Yeah.
for an elf. So he's swinging at the raccoon. He looks at you. It's I've been looking for a raise.
Get up here.
And he swings it really hard and brains the raccoon, and it falls off the box. And he hustles up with his spray box, with his spray can, and he's like, "What do you need, boss?"
And I'm like, the wagon.
And he goes, "Oh, the cookies!" And he runs, flap, 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 because they have long shoes. They have long shoes. They go like, flap, 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 flap.
Yeah.
And he starts spraying the bees, and the smoke starts dying down, and the bees stop glowing, and their flames die a little bit. And the cookies are mostly safe. There's a couple singed bags, but not as many losses as you would have thought.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, Billy the big raccoon is calmed down.
Okay,
What do you
I'm
do?
gonna make. I don't know how to communicate with this thing, but I'm gonna try to like do a bunch of weird big sign language and like be like, and try to direct it towards its own raccoons to fight the raccoons.
Oh, okay.
Is that not allowed?
No, that's fine.
Or I could see if it could like gather its raccoons and run away.
Yeah, okay, give me a 2d6 dexterity. Or charisma. Dexterity.
9.
9. That's a lot higher than I would have expected.
I know.
So you see the raccoon with its like giant head look at you, and it looks at the raccoons who are like burnt and singed and like kind of yipping, and they don't really want to fight anymore either. And the cookies are being like protected now by Tacoma and the elves. And the raccoon snuffles a bit, and then it looks you in the eyes.
And I look it in the eyes.
Yeah.
And then I just make a big gesture to like go away. And I feel like our souls connect because I haven't broken eye contact.
Yeah.
He sheds a big tear.
Yeah.
And I shed a tear.
And in your head.
And in my head, I hear his voice and he says,
Brother, I am so tired.
and I say, brother, it is time to go.
And it nods its big head, and a single tear falls from its eye into its not patchy, it's like thick gray fur. And it makes like a loud bellowing roar. And the singed raccoons pull themselves out of the cart and trundle off into the woods. And you hear scritching and scratching behind you near towards the pit as dozens of raccoons climb up out of the hole, and they all slowly walk past you and sort of nod as they pass by.
I take my hood down in a respectful salute, and I salute them.
Oh, you've been wearing the raccoon skin this whole time?
It was the squirrel skin.
Right, it was squirrel
Yeah.
skin. Yeah. And they are, some of the raccoons are carrying injured raccoons over their shoulders, and they all walk off into the woods. Wow. Yeah. And Reebok, with a few of the elf security forces, comes up, and Linda's with him. And Reebok comes up to you, Grimsby, and he's like, Grimsby, what the hell happened?
I don't know, but I gotta say these visitors performed admirably, and so did Gary here.
Gary, nice job, my boy.
Reebok, it's gonna be a tough Charles Eve, but I think we're gonna pull through here. I think if we keep our nose to the grindstone, we'll be in good shape. Just keep our eyes on the goal and
Synergy.
yeah,
Teamwork. Profits.
of course, as always.
The motto of the elves.
What's grindstone?
Grindstone is a stimulant. But
You
if
guys
we,
are all on drugs?
if we had the help of,
Not drugs,
it's not a drug.
enchantments.
And Reebok says, it could be a tough Charles Eve, but if we had the help of a big scrapping lad and a small creative boy, we might just be able to meet
He's
our
a
margins.
halfling. He's a halfling.
He's both.
Yeah, halfling boy.
He's a halfling boy.
It's a boy who's a halfling.
You
What?
understand this is a child.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What are you, 8?
about, I think.
Yeah.
I'm like
Billy, you're-
somewhere between like 8 and like 4 and like 40.
Oh.
Like 8.
Wait, you're saying it's not your child?
No, I thought it was a man. I met him on the road, and I asked him if he wanted to come on a quest. Do you have parents?
No.
Okay, well, I didn't kidnap anyone.
Anyway,
Are we all
None of
cool?
our business, I
Okay.
say.
if you want to stick around and help, you'd be doing the children and the families of this region a great service. It'd be the best Charles Eve ever.
Okay, just not as part of this. Is this going to be released around Christmas? Because we could just make this a Christmas episode where we stay and make cookies.
Oh my god, that'd be such a good idea.
Pretty cute.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever you want.
I
Yes,
like
but-
that.
Yeah, but after Charles Eve, we're going back to adventuring.
Yeah. And then they all lived happily ever after.
Until the adventures, and then
Yeah.
things
Stay
got
after
much
Charles Eve, maybe even until Sundip, and then we're off.
Yeah. So So if you want to stick around and help with the cookies, you'd be doing the children of this land and the families. You'd be doing the children and families of this land a great service on Charles Eve.
I look at Billy and I say, well, we have a lot to sort through, but what do you say we do it here?
I'm still feeling a little emotional. So I have some like tears in my eyes. I say, yeah, I feel like our business is here.
Just until Charles Eve, though.
Yeah.
And then we're fucking out of here.
Yeah, speaking of that, Reebok, after Charles Eve, I think I might take a bit of a sabbatical. Go see the world. Maybe clerk at another colony for a little while.
Well, I hate to see you go, Grimsby.
But I love to see you walk away.
Happy Charles Eve, everyone.
That's a pretty good ending.
What a dumb show.
What a dumb fucking podcast
What
we
a dumb
have.
entertainment product.
Oh, wait. I have an idea.
Oh,
Wait.
My idea was for you to do, like, that classic Christmas special. We don't even have to release this around Christmas. It doesn't. It'd be
No,
hilarious
we
if
should.
we release a Christmas special in April. Like, that's the
Yeah,
funniest thing.
that is very funny.
But
There's like the gift giving
where
segment.
it's where you do like the classic narration at the end where you're like,
Tacoma and Billy stayed with the elves in their factory all the way to Charles Eve, staying until Sundip next year. It's not that long. It's like a week. It's like regular Christmas. The difference between Christmas and New Year's. Sundip is New Year's. And they exchanged gifts on Charles Eve for the first time.
Billy gave Tacoma a leather wrist strap, but it was too big. So Billy chewed it down a little bit, and then it fit just right.
Where'd you find a strap of leather, by the way? Where'd this leather strap come from?
I have sources.
And Tacoma gave to Billy.
I skinned one of the dead raccoons.
Oh my god.
And I gave him the skinned body of the raccoon.
Wow. And to Grimsby, Tacoma and Billy gave.
We could give him like a nice pair of socks, maybe.
Okay.
Don't worry about
Wait,
it.
I have it.
Don't worry about it, guys.
I got it.
No, I insist.
I get it. Okay. No, I want
Oh,
you to
you
have.
shouldn't have.
I want you to have
No,
this
no, no.
here. And I'm trying to force the album that I was carrying on him. You have to take it.
Oh, but you were going to get signed.
I don't care.
You need to give it to that armless guy you're talking about.
No, man, this is for you.
I couldn't possibly.
You take it to the
You've
armless
already
guy.
given me a sense of individuality, and that's more than anyone can ask.
I'm gonna fucking kill you if you don't take that.
I'll take the album, fine.
And it was their first Charles Eve, and it was their best Charles Eve. Merry Charles Eve, everyone. And to all a good night.
I've got a gift for them.
Oh! Backing it up a little bit.
I know I'm going to be on the road after this, and so are you guys. And maybe if you ever really need something, my name's Barsgrim.
Wow. Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, so, I mean, now that you know that, it doesn't work all the time, but it's a little easier to find me.
Do we just say it?
Well, I'd prefer you don't.
How do we find you then?
I mean, not in front of other people.
But like, if we did need to find
Like
you.
in private.
It's an enchantment.
What does that mean?
It's if you... Oh, I get it. Ah, you're such a kidder, Tacoma.
And to Tacoma and Billy, Grimsby gave the gift of esoteric arcane rules. The finest and most confusing gift of all. And another Charles Eve came and went like the wind on a winter's night. Merry Charles Eve, and to all a good night.